We have plenty of updates for you. And we are actually going to start off with the OCS conclave today.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Hi, Hillary. Hi.
Hi. I can't stay long, just because I am working at our circus right now. But I would like to thank every single person, who came. We had 706 attendees, which for a first time convention is almost unheard of. That's really amazing. Thank you everybody for who showed up. As well, we've released all of the interviews onto the YouTube, which can be found by searching up OCS Conclave. It is also in our link tree in our bio. As well, if you need the transcripts or anything like that, the link tree, if you subscribe to it, will notify you when those go up on the Warrior Nun website. So anything that you might need access to OCS Conclave related, will be able to notify you by email by subscribing to that link tree. I think that might be all that I have. We've been retweeting some articles that have come out about it, and we would love if you also support those as they come along.
I'll add one more thing. The all of the interviews have subtitles enabled to where you can change the language to your preferred language to watch.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely missed out on a lot of like because I was out of town. So a lot of like the breakout rooms, the main stuff. And I also suck at hearing things. So that's amazing. Thank you for putting subtitles on it.
Yeah, I was really proud of our sort of accessibility that we had going through it. We had the live transcript and captions enabled for all breakout rooms in English. And we have live translators actually into Portuguese and Spanish. So I want to thank all of those volunteers who came in and did that for us. That was something really special that got us to open up to a lot more people. Yeah.
Yeah, everything I heard about, I think I only heard that everyone was like not only impressed, but it was just a lot of fun. And the few bits that I was able to pop in on, I was like, wow, this is so well organized. I couldn't do what you guys do at all ever in my life. That's like dream work type stuff. So thank you. And I hope something happens like that again because that was so cool.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to plan it, I would love to participate in it next time. I was I couldn't participate in a lot of the breakout rooms because I was running the mechanics of everything. But I as well was popping around, and everybody seemed to have a lot of fun. And to kind of speak on that fun and that connection, Dean English stuck around for 3 hours after his interview, just listening to different activities that were going on, and tried to kind of stay in the background of it to not draw attention out. But it was really special. Thank you for every single person who hosted something.
Damn, 3 hours. That's awesome. And yeah, definitely if somebody else wants to plan it, because I know how much work that goes into it. I could never do it, so I'll go.
Well, hopefully this will inspire people to do a small little event. I know Leah, we would love for her to do another editing session. And I will be happy to help organize that for you.
I would also be happy to host a Q&A or anything for somebody who is interested in taking on something like this, but doesn't know where to start. I have all of my resources written down in a format, that I can share the knowledge.
We're not totally writing it off. We just need a couple months to forget how much work went involved into it.
Yeah, I would be happy to do so again when I'm not constantly on call. I'm basically 24/7 here. So I'm not able to do it again right now.
Well, stop being so important, Hillary. Gosh. And you too, Adrian. Both of you. Every time I talk to you guys, it's like, oh, we're doing this, and not only with the fandom in real life too. And I'm like, are you five people? Do you have 10,000 hands? I don't
I
understand how
don't I don't know. I'm 21. I don't know how I ended up here.
You should both be on the beach sipping whatever drink you choose for this foreseeable future. So we love you both very much, but please rest.
I have about 70 6 to 14-year-olds coming in 2 days. I will not be resting, but thank you very much.
I wish rest for you, which doesn't really get it, but it means I wish it for you.
It's a very, very wonderful thought, and I will take it to heart. But yeah, that's all we have for the conclave.
Well, thanks, guys. So yeah, today is an update space to update on the hashtag. We have less than 1 million to go for the 15 million. Right now we stand at, and this was about an hour ago, so I'm sure it's changed. We are currently 927,955 tweets remaining until we hit 15 million. So way to go, everyone. You guys are killing it. Again, I was away last weekend and I saw everyone just out here pounding away, and I'm left in awe constantly of everybody and all the work that goes into it. And I know it's been long. It feels like it's been 5 years. And I know I'm not the only one who feels like that, but we're still going hard. We still have articles coming out. We're still trending. I mean, we're untouchable, to be honest. So let's keep going. And I know a lot of people have already heard, but to those who have not, unfortunately, the Barcelona mural was painted over by somebody else, so that is gone now. It did last almost 4 weeks in a free art space, which was pretty freaking cool. But I will dive more into that later. So for now, I'm gonna, let's see, Coco, do we know if who's taking out who is taking over for outreach today?
I do not know, but I formally request it is not I, because I suffered last time, so someone else can enjoy.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I will kind of run through it, I guess. Unless Leah would like to do it, maybe.
What
Your Irish
am
bro.
I being requested to do?
Would you like to do outreach, or would you like me to do it?
Jesus. Wait now. I have loads to say, so you go first. You go first.
Okay.
Yeah, you go first. Back to you in the studio, Kelsey.
Okay, so it looks like the Cat's Cradle fan portion of the website is live, warriornun.com. I believe you can still send your submissions, and they're going to be highlighting a new artist every 5 to 7 days. As a new person is highlighted, the previous featured is moved into a library, so you can still see all the past submissions, but we'd love to see more. You will get the credit, et cetera, et cetera. They're also submitting to the Halo project, it seems. They are working with them to highlight your submissions on the website too. So thank you for the Halo project for working with us and us working with them. They are still sending out emails to journalists and media outlets, especially with the news that we recently got, that basically Netflix was homophobic. I'm trying to stay appropriate, but a homophobic loser. So we are, or not we, because I'm not, the outreach team is still reaching out to journalists and everybody. They've been sending out a bunch of emails just in the past couple days. Unfortunately, today it falls under everyone is very busy in real life stuff. But those are still going out to a bunch of people. Please check out the articles if you see them pop up. Make sure that you click and read through them, because obviously the views matter to the journalists, and that's usually how they tend to get paid as well. So let's remind ourselves of that. And the fan book, the global fan book that they have created, they chose a print-on-demand company that will print and ship the fan art book globally. The design is mostly put together, and it does look amazing. I saw it. It looks beautiful. It's like I will be buying one. And let's see, it should go out in the next 2 weeks for options to buy if it has not already. As a reminder, based on the poll, the charity that the proceeds will be donated to will be the Covenant House, which is an LGBTQI plus youth homeless shelter. Homeless shelter. And then the press releases. Last week, there was a new press release posted that's available in English and Portuguese. You share on Tumblr and other social media, and be sure to tag podcasters. And then there is other marketing news. Sheet's team interview is on warriornun.com, so please check that out. And keep voting and participating in all the various internet polls. I know some of them seem relatively asinine, or, some people are just tired of voting. I get it. Totally fair. And I know that they're glitchy, but, let's just have fun with it and keep pushing. And, a little bit can make a lot. So now I can pass it over to the video editing
Could I
team.
actually just add something real quick?
No. Yes, you can, of course.
We need the submissions for the website. We need new content from fan artists, writers, anything. I can't stress enough how much your content matters to everyone, and to make the website stay relative and consistent. And then also with the fan art book, Ben Dunn has actually offered to submit 2 pieces on that. So that's why it's delayed another week, because Ben has to be prodded. So I think I'm in the 5th email now. So hopefully I'll have it this weekend. But those are just the other 2 outreach things I wanted to add.
Oh, awesome. All right, cool. Yes, definitely. If you have anything you want to submit, any sort of fan art that you've made, or a video or writing piece, literally anything, a musical piece, anything you have, please just go ahead and submit it. Let's see your work. I love seeing the creativity that everybody has, because I am not that talented like that. But seeing everything that you guys put together is just, I'm very jealous of your talent. But I also think it's so freaking cool, and I know so many other people do. So please, please, please keep submitting. Video editors, go ahead.
All right.
That's us. Go.
Yeah, I'll do my snippet and then I'll pass on to you for the exciting stuff. Okay. Okay. So, the team continues to work on new video edits, fun and serious, to appeal to a wide range of different people. Recently, a lot of editing has been going on with various interviews and things for the OCS newsletter and the recent Conclave event. So keep an eye on those YouTube channels for the new content coming out there. And OCS Conclave spoke a moment ago about those, so please enjoy those various different interviews. Okay, also, this is for the lo-fi music update. It's music and it's kind of relevant to this section, so I'm sticking it in here. So lo-fi music can be like a mix of different genres, but it's a fairly chill sound that allows you to relax or concentrate on something else while you listen to it. You may well know what lo-fi is already, but it's the kind of thing that you might listen to when you're doing your homework or cleaning up or something like that. So far we have 5 tracks that are adding up to over 8 minutes altogether. So far, there's a wonderful artist who is nearing the end of completing a little animation of Avatrice that will accompany the video. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. That should be coming soon. I posted a teaser of the lo-fi version of Him for Her that I did the other day, and that includes some dialogue from the show too. We have lo-fi versions of the Avatrice theme, Ava in Training, and more. This may have to be posted as a compilation video that you can press on loop rather than a 24-hour stream because of costs to run and that kind of thing. But we are still working on that to see if we can make it a constant stream. So while Leah speaks, I shall go pin my little snippet thing. So, Leah, I invite you to speak.
Why, thank you, Coco. Very kind of you. Hang on now, I just need to do something real quick. Boom, that's done. Okay. Cool. So I am here to talk about, if I can find where I am in the thing. Where's it gone? So drum roll, please, if you wouldn't mind, Coco. So the submissions are officially open for the Warrior Nun Global Fandom documentary. I've just posted a tweet there with an awesome graphic that Amy Noseworthy helped me with, aka at Hired Hand Studio. That gives you some key details, but I'll mention them here now. I'll go through a few of them. So the kind of main one is the cutoff date for the submissions is the 19th of June at 11 p.m. UTC. That gives people about 10 days, essentially 2 weeks, to get their submissions in. You must sign the Google release form to add your submissions. The whole thing is in one place. You sign the form. That's also where you upload your content to be part of the documentary. If you are submitting a video interview, please watch. I've made an instructional video to help when it comes to filming yourself and just some tips in terms of framing and composition and stuff like that. So that should just be kind of helpful when filming yourself. Please keep your video and audio interviews to a max of 5 minutes, if possible, please, because obviously we're hoping that we'll get a bunch of submissions, especially when it comes to the video and audio interviews, which are the main heart of the video, because that will help with the narrative and the flow and stuff like that, as well as everything else that will be going into it. So if we do get loads of submissions and they're really, really long, it will just be a little bit tough and long to edit. So keep them a max 5 minutes if you can. Excuse me. Please keep your written submissions to a max of 500 words. If submitting a recording, audio or video, please say "in this life or the next" in your native language. Thanks to Des, by the way, for that suggestion last update space. For people that might not necessarily like to do a video or audio submission, the big part of this project is that I want to give as many people an opportunity to be a part of it in different ways. So submitting photos that you might have taken of the Save Warrior Nun posters, either the ones that we've kind of seen floating around of handwritten ones in different kind of people doing different things like snowboarding and stuff like that, or the posters that Lucy has designed. I know that there's photos and videos that were going around during the Warrior Nun run, submitting those. Video game clips, I see someone sharing, I'm not too sure what account it is that's sharing this little kind of 8-bit sort of Warrior Nun video game, submitting some clips from that, fan art, images of Warrior Nun related tattoos, Warrior Nun related animations, cosplay images and videos. So there's a lot of variety there in terms of what you can submit. So if you're not comfortable with doing a video or audio interview, that's no problem. But we would love people to submit those, as many as possible. If you're unsure of what the Warrior Nun Global documentary is about, let me explain. It's kind of inspired by the London meetup video. The Warrior Nun Global fandom documentary will result in a 15 to 20 minute, maybe more, mini documentary populated by various submissions from the fandom to showcase how truly global the Warrior Nun movement is, and to show what the show means to us, and why we want it to be back and be saved so badly. Why we're working so hard to try and get it saved. The main medium, as I said, to motivate the mini documentary is the video interviews submitted from various people within the fandom from around the world that are involved in the fight to save Warrior Nun. But as I mentioned previously, we're open to a lot of other submissions, not just video interviews. If you're still unsure about anything, or if you have questions about the release form or anything like that, feel free to message myself or Coco. I'm at Leah_Warrior Nun, and Coco is at CocoCat38. So yeah, it's really exciting. The details are going to be in the post that is probably shared on the Jumbotron or Humbotron at the moment. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. And really excited to kickstart this project. And yeah, excited to get everyone's submissions. There's also a list of suggested questions for people if they're doing the interview parts. So I would say answer a minimum of 2 of the questions. You can answer them all if you want, but I would say answer a minimum of 2, and obviously kind of everyone do the in this life or the next in their native language. So back to you in the studio, Kelsey, I think.
Just to say a huge thank you to Leah for all of that organisation and stuff, because you're awesome. Just
Well,
saying thank
you
you.
helped, Coco and Amy helped, and there's people been helping as well. So it's not just me, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's a great project, and the biggest part of it is it won't be able to be created unless people participate. So I really hope people put in their submissions, and yeah, we can make something really, really cool and show everyone that this show needs to be saved. Just like the London video did so well, we want to make it even bigger and better. So
Woo.
yeah,
Yeah, because Dean said that he sent the London video to his contacts in the industry as well. So hopefully this can do a similar and better thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the hope.
Woohoo! Kelsey.
Back to you in the studio, Kelsey. Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh God. Yeah, it's my birthday today. Leah, that video, the instructions that you've made, it's so clean, but I'm still gonna need you to hold my hand through it because I don't know what I'm doing. So I took a look at my camera last night and I went, yeah, I'll need help with this because of who I am as a human being, and my soul is 98 years old and just here.
No
So
problem. Happy to help.
I love you. Thank you.
Too.
For data today, I'm not sure that Chris or Elsie will be here. So I believe, let's see. Yeah, they didn't respond yet. So we'll just run through the data that I'm seeing here. Chris has started to publish the Warrior Nun Weekly Top 40 on the Substack newsletter. Basically, it's a weekly summary of the folks who are the most active each week with the hashtag. To make it in the top 40, you're looking at about 1,400 tweets or retweets per week. I'm gonna try to talk like Chris. Let's see if I can. Oh no, everything went quiet apparently. No,
What?
still.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Thank God. Coco said it went quiet for her, and I'm like, no, my phone broke
No, I
again.
can hear you anyway.
Oh, thank Jesus. All right, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
So they also said we'll be making significant revisions to the numbers around article coverage in the next week or two, as they've built brand new software to analyze the full text of articles about the show and the campaign. There have been a decent number of articles that were missed because they didn't mention Warrior Nun in the title, but still substantially about Warrior Nun. And there are 4 categories to help boost Warrior Nun's numbers. First is social media participation, particularly on Instagram and Twitter. Second is posting video, particularly on YouTube, as well as interacting with videos on YouTube. If you've made video edits and only put them on regular social media, consider putting them on YouTube as well. And if you need help or don't want to have to maintain a YouTube channel, message any of the video editing team, and if appropriate, we can put it on one of the many YouTube channels we maintain. The third is activity on reference sites. This means leaving reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, editing and adding information on IMDb, searching and visiting the Wikipedia page for Warrior Nun, etc. And the fourth is taking advantage of free streaming services like Popcorn Time to watch the show. This will help boost ratings and views, and gather more attention and get more people to watch it, which is still our goal. So continue to pass around Warrior Nun, talk about the show. This past weekend when I went home to see family and friends, I discussed it in length because, they know what I'm doing. So they were asking questions. And a few of them were like, all right, we're actually going to watch it. So Coco's not in here. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I can only do things one time because brain. Okay. And then, okay. All right. We do know this as well with regarding Twitter. I know a lot of people have been saying it's been kind of glitchy. Um, the algorithm seems to be changing almost on a day-to-day basis at this point. But it does seem like it's moving in a better direction sometimes, and other times it doesn't. So just keep that in mind. On our side, we are running different software programs and keeping track in a way that it is wholly accurate. It is fully accurate. Um, so trust our numbers. Whatever you see from Yerechko or Chris or anybody else in the order, it is the accurate representation of the numbers that are out there. And so currently there have been, and I don't know if this is updated as of today or, a couple other times, but nearly 20,000 unique visitors have been to warriornun.com. Nearly 60,000 unique active contributors are on Twitter, and 1,600 subscribers to the daily Substack, which if you have not subscribed yet, I highly recommend doing so. Why? Because we do giveaways through the Substack. We actually have one coming up for art by Ben Dunn. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do, and be sure to check your email, your spam email, etc. for those. I just read something and lost my train of thought. To make sure that if you got a giveaway email, you saw it. And again, I don't know if this is if this has been updated for today, but some very cool data about season 1 of Warrior Nun will be coming out, and the more data that we pull, we will release to you guys, because again, transparency is key. We love transparency here. And if you have questions or concerns, just go ahead and ask, because again, we love transparency here. So, and in that, we are on to the weekly phrases. M to you. Wait. Oh, yeah, she is.
Woo!
Okay. M, it's your turn.
Don't be shy, Em. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, you all shut up.
Love you.
I am shiting myself.
It's all good.
Okay,
You got this.
shut up. Okay, hello everyone. As you can hear, I'm not Vic, unfortunately. Sorry to disappoint. Vic couldn't be here, so I'm taking over phrases today. So since the last space, we made a total of 557,000 hashtag Save Warrior Nun tweets, which 340,000 were phrases, which is incredible. This is 9,000 more of phrases tweets and 150,000 more of total Save Warrior Nun tweets compared to the results we gave you during the previous space. Thank you, Warrior Nun writers. The phrase we had this week is the best Netflix result since April 26th, which is mind-blowing, honestly amazing. The average amount of tweets with phrases increased again, and FYI, on a percent basis, phrase participation has reached January and February levels, which actually are participating still with phrases than people that are not. And this week, it was like 61.75% of people using phrases and participating during the trend. So once again, amazing. Of the 3 phrases we had related to Netflix during the past week, we made a total of 134,000 tweets, which is a pretty sweet number. If we want to reach 50 million tweets during Pride Month, we need an average of 39,000 tweets every day, which is doable if you consider that last week we made an average of 41,500 tweets per day. And this week so far, it's an average of 40,200 tweets per day. So we can definitely during Pride Month if we want. Last week we had some pretty amazing results, especially with Netflix phrases we had, and they show that people also in it. And Netflix.
Hey,
Yeah. Well,
you're you might want to move somewhere else out in your house because your internet's being a little homophobic today.
oh shit. It's always like that. So could you hear anything I said or no?
We could.
We could.
Broke up a bit.
Yeah, and by a bit, it sounded like you might be kind of bobbing your head in and out of water.
I mean, I'm kind of having a stroke, so it could be just me talking. So
You're doing great.
this is
You're doing great.
why Vic does phrases and not me. For future reference, name this and not myself. Okay, so what do you want me to repeat? Everything? The numbers kind of throw me off. So I'm just going to say, and stop me again if it breaks. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it doesn't work. I hope it does, otherwise someone else will have to speak. Can you hear me now?
You were kind of cutting out again.
Sorry.
Do you want me to finish it for you?
Well, I didn't have much left. If you can, it's just the last part. About the last 3 points. From if you have any questions or worries, that part.
Well, now it's working fine.
Of course. Okay, let's see if I can finish this. Otherwise, Adrian will help me out. So the last thing was, so Netflix is our best motivator. So let's redirect all our rage and anger for Netflix in our tweets and tweet like crazy to reach 15 million during Pride Month. As always, if you have any questions or worries about phrases, you can reach out to myself, Stix, Vic, and Yashko. And if you want, you can still add your suggestions to the doc, the phrases doc. And just remember that even if we don't use your suggestion right away, it doesn't mean that we don't see it. Just we have a lot of suggestions and we try, but it's not easy to satisfy everyone. So don't worry, we keep all the suggestions and we remember them and adjust them according to potential data needs. You can also DM us about phrases and write your suggestions down. Last thing is about this or that tweets. You may have seen people do a lot of this or that, which are very helpful because they're a pretty great source of retweets. You can go on a retweeting spree. Okay, my internet is lagging. I don't know. Okay, this is going great.
You're killing it, okay? You're killing it.
I'm about to jump, but sure.
Don't jump, Em. Don't jump.
Yeah. Okay, so I was saying, these are the tweets. You can go on a retweeting spree because a retweet counts as a tweet. So just remember that if you're doing hundreds of retweets and tweets, in order not to get banned, you need to switch between a retweet and a quote retweet. And also, you don't really have to retweet tweets with the current phrases we're using. You can just go back with the search engine, the Twitter search engine, and find tweets from previous months and just retweet that with the hashtags, and you should be fine. So last thing, Vic, that little shit that had me speak today, just told me to say from the cookbook side that they're working on it and it should be out quite soon. So keep an eye out for that, because that team did an incredible job with the cookbook, and I can't wait for everyone to see it. So I think that's it. I'm going to jump now. Nice talking to everyone. And I'll see happy birthday. Bye.
Thank you. And no jumping. Okay. There's an agreement whether you signed it or not. And we've already discussed this. So you're stuck, man. Sorry, sucks a suck.
Can I just say real quick, shout out to Stix, Vic, and Yereshko for the phrases, because you all don't know how hard they work to accommodate all those suggestions, last minute changes. Like, they work so hard. Doing the posters, coming up with the phrases, like, it's unbelievable. I just want to give them a little shout out. And well done, okay? Even if your internet was being homophobic, you were great. Okay.
Once again, it was not my internet. It's just me having multiple strokes. But thank you, Leah.
You're very welcome,
Stupid. And with that, and yes, agreed on the phrase team. They really do work hard. I know probably some people see it and they don't think it takes a lot of work, but it really does. And it's also one of those things that I could never do. For me, it just takes too much work and too much organization. I mean, Em takes literal notes on not only on like a computer, but her like a paper. So everything is really, 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 really well organized. Yerechko is always on top of things. Stix and Vic are always on top of things. I mean, and the discussions they have meetings. So, phrases, it's a whole other job on top of what they're doing in their real life. So huge shout out to the phrase team, and huge shout out to the people that give recommendations that help out as well. So thank you guys so much. And M, no jumping, no more strokes. There are agreements made. And with that, we will turn it over to the OCS newsletter.
Actually, we have nothing new. You can move on to the next person.
Oh,
and I'm
wow,
just
okay.
joking. I'm just joking. Olivia's interview just came out earlier today. Tangeline's last week. And then next week we have Shella Wilson, Warrior Nun writer. We gave a sneak peek of that yesterday. And then we have 2 in-depth interviews with Ames and Kai coming out in June, and lining up several more interviews that David Hayter already agreed to one. So that's going to be interesting. I'll put out question submissions soon. Need to go back to some important information regarding the phrases for next week. Talk about the Emmys for a minute. We all know Netflix. They did not support anything Warrior Nun related, so we have to. Sylvia and Lee for the stunts have submitted for Emmys. It's up to us to get their name out there. Nothing would be more satisfying than for them to get a nomination. More details are going to come out. We're going to have a phrase. Then we're going to have hashtags. And we need everyone's help to spread the word, because it's not based on fans. It's based on the voting members in the Academy. We do not know who those members are. So the more people that see it, the more people that hear the names, the greater the chance for a nomination. And then, as mentioned earlier, we have all the interviews from the guests of the OCS Conclave. I mean, we had 8 members of the crew that joined us that day, which just phenomenal. And want to thank everybody that took part in that. All the people that helped get the interviews out. I mean, we got, let's see, 7 interviews out in like 4 days, which was just phenomenal. Always looking for blog ideas. You see a story, let us know. You see a story and you want to write about it, do it. We always are looking for help. We want to share the love, share the work. So that's it.
Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I'm pumped to watch the interview. The little snippet that I saw was amazing, and I hope Eva is off the floor now, and same with Pietra. Okay.
I do have a little behind the scenes clip that will come out this weekend that you can actually see me freaking out at the beginning. So.
Oh my God, I can't wait. That's gonna be so good. Okay, and now on to billboards. Unfortunately, Sarah cannot join us today. Her job is just not giving her any room for literally anything else. She is basically just sleeping and working at this point. So unfortunately, if you have not heard yet, and like I stated in the beginning of the space, the mural in Barcelona is unfortunately gone. It was painted over by somebody else. It did last almost a month though, so we are grateful for that, and it was beautiful. And to piggyback off of that, we have officially found a wall to rent in Madrid. It's a private wall with a private landlord. It will be up for a month. We are just still working out the logistics. So basically just the paperwork, with 1 being the landlord and 2 with the artists. So once it is up, Warrior Nun Spain will release that announcement. We will be posting it everywhere. We will let everyone know to go check it out. I would love to see people meet up in Madrid, especially considering, Warrior Nun season 2 was filmed primarily there. So, but yeah, we've found a wall, guys. We've done it. So going from there, the next place that we are looking into, like I said, we are constantly looking at different areas, but our next goal will be either in Berlin or around Berlin, that area. So please keep an eye out on that, and an ear out. We are still looking for things that we would like to basically, cheaper bulk items that we could either send different platforms or even to Netflix and kind of irritate them via mailroom. So if you have any ideas, please slide into my DMs and let me know. And continue to share the GoFundMe. Obviously, as we use funds, they're going to go down, and God knows in this economy, everything is ridiculously expensive. But we are working with what we have, and we are budgeting everything in a smart way. And I've already posted about this, and I'm sure many of you have already seen it, even though I kind of messed up on it. But we are doing a phrase giveaway game. So that will be starting on Saturday through Monday, not Friday like I originally posted because I'm an idiot, but Saturday through Monday, the phrase will be "You can't silence us." And whoever uses that phrase the most within that 3-day period will win a 3D printed Beatrice bust, thanks to Giselle, who handcrafted and painted it. So I'm a little jealous that I cannot win this game because obviously I'm running it and the conflict of interest. But yeah, if you want to win this really, really cool thing that I would very much like to steal from you, That will be starting Saturday through Monday. And please follow M and Yerechko, Stix, and Vic to keep up with that. So, going from there, we are going to jump into the Delulu news with Leah and Coco.
Hell yeah! All right, wait. So we've been
Hello. I'm here.
Hello. Sometimes, just a disclaimer: my Twitter keeps being rude and kicking me out. So if I disappear, I still love you. I'll come back. But
Me or the people? I don't know who that
all
love
of
was.
you,
What?
all of you,
Oh,
Leah.
okay, fine.
You know
Great,
I
great,
love
great,
you.
great.
You know.
My phone is currently on fire, so that's good.
Oh yeah, no, same. All right, but we have a Delulu news theme before I get
Okay, go.
kicked off. All right. There you go.
It was so good.
Well, thank you. It's a high
Okay.
quality kazoo.
The only the best.
Only the best, yeah. So, today I've been putting together a document that gathers together as many Delulu things as I could remember at the time, with some help from others, of course. So we're just gonna go through this because I think with Delulu it can be easy to forget all of the other Delulu that's not the stuff that's happening immediately right now, and then that makes it feel more Delulu, like it's isolated, but it's not.
Sorry, we should keep tally of how many times we say Delulu.
Yeah.
Okay, you take it away. You go first. You go first, Coco.
Alright, well, I don't know if people have forgotten. I hope not. That would be sad. But remember when Simon was like, "Here's what I know: when Warrior Nun is saved and or risen, it's going to be because of you, the fandom family. That much is perfectly clear, and that's why you must not stop." Can I just re-highlight again? I know the timeline went feral for a fairly long amount of time, but when Warrior Nun is saved, that's not an if. So when I'm saying when it's saved, yes, it's Delulu, but I'm just saying what Simon said. I feel like that's valid when you say it like that. And that was sent. Where do you find dates? March the 27th. So a little while ago, but Simon's still interacting with us, and he's still talking in threes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links of Simon talking in threes in front of me here. The amount of that man knows what he's doing. He does. He's been joining in on phrases. He's been buying fan merch. There's there's so much. There's interviews, with the interviews that he's been doing with various people previously. There's so much stuff that he just doesn't say. That's because he can't say, and that's good. If there's something he can't say, then there's something we don't know, and that means that there's something happening, which is the important thing. But do you want to run through the 10 million space quotes?
I sure can. Where are they?
They're colourful.
Yes. I see them now. You've colored. Oh, look at these. Actually, the two top colors are the color of where I'm from, the county that I'm from.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the 10 million space. Some important quotes that we pulled from it. Simon said, "Thank you for your incredible loyalty and commitment to helping us keep this going and hopefully get the message out to not just other companies but to other people who may be able to discover the show through you guys. And that way it just builds an even bigger army of fans that will always help towards someone's decision or a decision that helps keep the journey going." So that's a pretty essentially just stay loud, be loud, keep being loud kind of thing. You never know who might be listening, kind of. That's the message I got from what he was saying there. The next thing we picked out was the people who do own Warrior Nun can and are, I believe, he said, fighting for the IP to continue and hopefully extend the storytelling of what we did in the TV show. So that's another little hint that I think he's kind of given there as well during the 10 million space, that there is people keeping their ears to the ground and working behind the scenes. As we all have said before, these things do take time, unfortunately, and with the strikes at the moment, that's probably not helping things. But what he said that time during space, I think, is pretty positive to me. he also said those people, I think, as in the people that he just mentioned, I think are very happy that we managed to keep this going. And I think that the longer it keeps going and the more people that discover the show as a result would encourage whoever's fighting and whoever's working towards continuing the storytelling part to keep doing what you're doing. Fuel the fire. So another reiteration of keep being loud, keep tweeting, keep showing the love and support for the show and for the cast and for the crew. I know it is tiring. I'm tired, but I am very positive about all the things that he has said and tweeted in the past, especially like some of the David Hayter stuff that he said during his interview as well. He also said the love and the affection and the stewardship of your guys' affections for this series is real. So congratulate all of you. I'm really moved and touched by how much. Dude, car. Did everybody hear that?
Was that a cow?
No, there's these people that drive cars over here, and they're called boy racers, and they just sound like they're They just sound like they're farting down the road, and they think they're really cool. So apologies for that. Rude, but do they not know we're talking a very serious space right now? Here comes another one. Same one. Jeez, dude, you're not cool. Sorry, apologies. So I congratulate all of you, and I'm really moved and touched by how much the show means and how much it's been a positive force in your life, as in our lives. So those are just like some of the quotes that we pulled from the end of the 10 million space that was super positive from Simon. And another thing that I don't know if Coco you want to mention it, but about Simon's tweet for David Hayter, what David Hayter said during his interview,
Yeah.
and the no comment speaks volumes in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree. And the GIF that he also kind of used as well. So yeah. I think there's a lot of delulu there to be looked at.
Oh yeah, for sure. The way I really thought that you just had like a cow over your shoulder that was just reading the tweets and stuff.
Sorry, yeah, I'm like currently in a petrol station in the like kind of the middle of the Irish countryside, but it's a busy part of the Irish countryside, so there are lovely mountains in front of me. There just happens to be a lot of cars coming in and out. I do apologise.
That's all right. So with David Hayter, in case anyone hasn't heard, I mean, I'm hoping everyone's been retweeting it enough for everyone to have heard, but in case you haven't, in the OCS Conclave, it was a wonderful event, and it was finished with a grand finale of David Hayter spilling the beans. He was absolutely awesome. He was so kind to everyone that was asking him questions and stuff. It was a really great event. He confirmed in this interview with fans that an exec at Netflix, at Netflix, did not want the Avatrice relationship to continue in the second series. So the writers had to pretend that they were just friends in the scripts. Like, she looked at her friend. It's like that little emoji or GIF or whatever it is. They were just friends. Anyway, they're just friends in the script and hide the kiss scene, but tell the actors what was happening so they knew what was going on. And Miguel was written to be like straight baiting to keep the Netflix execs happy. Now, while this is mildly not surprising because this is Netflix we're dealing with, it's also mind-blowing to have confirmation that this is the case, this is what's been going on, this is what they had to deal with and cope with, and that if Warrior Nun was cancelled because Netflix were like, hey, you've slipped the game past us, excuse you, then I have some strong complaints. But it's not just David Hayter that said this. As Leah has said, Simon posted a tweet in like clearly referencing that and saying no comment, and then a GIF that was very clear he wanted to make comments in like support and confirmation of it, but like couldn't. And also someone asked KCY in a cameo, the way I temporarily forgot the word for that, in a cameo, asking if it was the case, and she says yes, she was aware that was the case, and like they were told what they were going to be doing, but they did have to slip it past the Netflix execs. So that was a juicy bit of drama recently relating to all of that. But I think it is important for Delulu because it offers a possible reasoning or like an element of the reason that it might have been cancelled, because we all know at this point it wasn't because the show failed. The show did not fail, and we as a collective fandom are a testament to the fact that the show did not fail. So I just think it's interesting that this information is coming to light, and I just think this month is a wonderful month for it to have done so.
And what month is that, Coco?
I don't know, it's my birthday month. That's the only reason I can think of, you know.
And it's Kelsey's birthday month.
I know! There's a theme going on here.
And it's Reagan's birthday month. There's something else, though.
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on it.
Something to do with rainbows, I think. I'm not really sure.
Rainbows. Yes. Pride month. What a apt time for that information to arise above. So yeah, what other Delulu do we want to cover today?
Just the very, very last paragraph, I think, is quite...
Yeah, about Dean?
Yeah. The sort of cast and crew bit. Actually, not spoiling stuff. Should I do that? You good with that?
You go for it, Coco. You're doing a great job.
Alright. My Twitter is, like, freezing up a bit, so if I disappear, Leah, take the reins. Okay, so...
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, that one. The cast and crew, if you haven't noticed, the cast and crew are absolutely not spoiling any of what would happen in future series. As much as people keep asking them, because we are nosy and we want to know, of course, that's literally why we're fighting for season 3. Fair enough to ask. Try our luck. They are not sharing any of the secrets, apart from like small hints that will make us want to watch it more. If there was no hope for a season 3, then why on earth would they not answer those questions? They may as well answer fan questions to bring some kind of resolution to the story they've been telling. Simon, KTY, David Hayter, and all of the others are not sharing spoilers, simply saying you will just have to wait and see. And I think that is such an element that can be overlooked with Delulu, but it's so important with the way that they are thinking that there is hope. If there is hope, then they are this is what they are doing with it. They are fighting for the show, just like we are, behind closed doors. There's all of this different stuff going on, so we just got to keep going.
Keep the train a choo-chooing.
Leah?
Yes? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Just the way Coco's like, Leah, as if I hadn't popped in. I hadn't popped in with what I was saying. Yeah, I think even as recent as the David Hayter interview, I can't remember what question he was asked, but he was like, yeah, I don't want to reveal too much because the hope is still there. So the fact that they're still very reluctant to obviously reveal any kind of story elements that they have plans in their head or have planned to do for season 3. So they're keeping it close to the chest, which I think is really good. I don't know, did we mention about Dean and how sus he was? I don't know how many people were able to come to Dean's interview, or if Coco had left there for a second. Or I don't know if that's, I think it's out. Is it out at the moment to watch? But he was definitely being very sus, kind of giving a little wink, wink, nod, nod sort of vibes while doing the interview. So he was definitely being a bit shady on how he was wording things and saying things. He kept using what did he say? These numbers will say a lot to certain people. He likes to keep saying certain people, and stuff like that. So yeah, Dean, as we know, is constantly being sus on Twitter. So we're keeping an eye on him. But yeah, I think is that it for Delulu News?
I think so. I got cut off just at the end of my little talkie session. Everything went silent, so I had to leave and come back. So I don't know if I ignored you or got cut off somewhere there or what happened. So
no, I think you were good. I think.
Okay.
Do you want to kazoo us out of here?
Kazoo us out of here
before, so we can send it back to the studio with Kelsey.
Yeah, sure, right. There you go.
Back to you in the studio, Kelsey.
Hold on, Coco. Is that are you doing that with your mouth, or is that a proper kazoo?
What? No, that's a kazoo. My vocal cords don't buzz quite like that, Kelsey. I think I'd have some problems if they did.
I mean, listen, you see the people that beatbox, they're different talents, okay?
If my talent was sounding like a kazoo without needing a kazoo, I think I might be a bit sad.
I think I'd be a bit impressed, all right? So
I got a kazoo.
that's about it. I'm gonna need you to work on this, all right? Be a human kazoo.
I hear you. I will get on that right away, boss.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday to you and everybody. But yeah, I think that is all we have for today. If you missed anything, it is recorded, so feel free to listen back to our debauchery and nonsense, as well as the small little tidbits of important information. And a huge shout out to Warrior Nun Spain. Lena, every week and bi-weekly that we do these, she's out here doing translations in Spanish to make sure that everyone is well informed, just in case there's anything lost in translation. Again, that my very pasty and singular language speaking ass could never do. So thank you so much to everyone who gets involved in that in translations and whose brains are nice and wrinkly, much more than mine. So with that, that is all we have for you today. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Happy birthday!
Bye!
Take it, Leah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Excellent. And scene.
Bye.
Bye.